Dear viewers, this electrifying episode follows Jack and Tu Tien's frantic search for Jack's missing mother, spiraling into a chilling kidnapping that ignites a daring rescue. A tense valley showdown frees her, but Tu Tien's mysterious disappearance plunges Jack into a new nightmare, with clues pointing to a relentless foe. Subscribe and turn on notifications for the next heart-stopping chapter, where love and vengeance collide in a race against time. The first light of dawn crept timidly over the horizon, casting a fragile glow across the quiet streets. But within the modest home of Jack and Tu Tien, a suffocating silence reigned supreme. The usual symphony of morning routines, clattering dishes, soft hums, was replaced by an oppressive stillness, their hearts gripped by a growing tendril of dread. Jack's mother, the heartbeat of their household, had vanished into the ether, her absence a gaping wound. Jack paced the room, his phone pressed to his ear, each unanswered ring a stab of panic. "Mom, please pick up, where are you?" he muttered, his voice cracking with desperation. Tu Tien watched him, her sharp eyes narrowing with concern, her mind racing for solutions. "Jack, it's been hours. We can't just wait. Let's check the market near home." "She might have gone for supplies," she suggested, her tone a blend of urgency and hope. Jack nodded, his jaw clenched with resolve, and they grabbed their jackets, stepping into the cool morning air, their footsteps a rhythmic march toward the unknown. The market buzzed with life as they arrived, a kaleidoscope of colors and voices, vendors haggling, baskets brimming with fresh produce, the scent of ripe fruit mingling with the earthy tang of soil. Yet, beneath this vibrant surface, their mission carried a weight that dulled the scene's charm. They approached a wiry old man tending a stall of vibrant vegetables, his hands deftly arranging his wares. "Excuse me, have you seen Jack's mother? She's usually here in the mornings," Tu Tien asked, her voice steady despite the tremor in her heart. The vendor scratched his chin, his eyes squinting in thought. "Aye, she was here not long ago. Bought some greens, then headed deeper into the stalls. Seemed in a hurry." Heartened by the lead, Jack and Tu Tien plunged into the labyrinth of aisles, their eyes scanning every face, every corner. Jack dialed her number again, the ringtone a mocking echo in his ear. "Mom, if you're there, please answer, I'm begging you," he called, but the silence stretched on, a cruel companion. They questioned more vendors, a stout woman with a basket of herbs, a young boy selling fish, each offering fragments. "She passed by here. I saw her near the back." Yet, as they reached the market's shadowy depths, the trail grew cold, the crowd thinning to a whisper. Exhausted and disheartened, they exchanged a glance of mutual despair. "Let's head home, maybe she's back," Jack said, his voice hollow, and they retraced their steps, hope flickering like a candle in a storm. Arriving home, the sight of an empty house hit them like a physical blow. The kitchen stood silent, the living room untouched, every corner a testament to her absence. Jack sank onto the couch, his head in his hands, when his phone buzzed with an unfamiliar number, its vibration a jolt of electricity through his veins. He answered, his breath catching as a raspy voice slithered through. "We've got your mother, Jack." Bring the file, the one with the evidence, to the valley near the church by noon or she's history. The line went dead, leaving a void filled with terror. Jack's mind spun. Should he call the police, risk her life with their intervention? His hand shook as he turned to Tung, a friend whose counsel he trusted implicitly. Tung, they've taken Mom, demanding a file. Should I involve the cops? Tung's voice was a calm anchor amidst the chaos. Hold off on the police for now. Send me your location. I'll coordinate a sting to nab them. Go to the meet, ensure her safety, then share your position for backup. Jack's resolve solidified, a warrior's determination igniting within. I'll do it for her. Tu Tien, we're leaving now, he declared, his voice a thunderclap of purpose. Tu Tien grabbed her bag, her eyes wide with fear but unwavering. Be careful, Jack. I can't lose you both, she whispered, and they rushed out, the morning sun now a harsh spotlight on their perilous journey, each step a dance with destiny. As they drove, Jack's mind raced, piecing together the puzzle. The file documents exposing a smuggling ring had been his secret burden, and now it seemed Mr. Thyat, a shadowy figure with a reputation for ruthlessness, was pulling the strings. His grip tightened on the wheel, a vow forming like steel in his soul. I'll get her back, no matter the cost. Tu Tien, sensing his turmoil, placed a hand on his arm. We'll find her, Jack. Together. The valley loomed ahead, its silhouette a ominous promise, and Jack steeled himself, unaware that the day would test every fiber of his courage. The road to the valley twisted like a serpent through the rugged terrain, each turn heightening Jack's resolve as suspicion crystallized into a chilling certainty. Mr. Thyat, with his iron grip on the underworld and a penchant for vengeance, was the mastermind pulling the strings of this torment. His heart pounded with a fierce protectiveness, a son's love for his mother fueling a fire that burned away doubt. I won't let them lay a finger on her. I'll bring her home safe and sound. He swore under his breath, the words a mantra to steady his nerves. Glancing at Tu Tien, her face a mask of worry etched with unshed tears that glistened in the dim car light, he softened his tone, his voice a gentle shield. Stay in the car, Tu Tien. This place is a viper's nest, crawling with danger at every turn. I've tipped off the police. They're en route and should arrive soon. I'll hand over the file, secure Mom, and be back before you can worry too much. Don't move an inch and keep the line open, no matter what happens. She nodded, her lips trembling as she fought back tears, her voice a fragile thread of trust. Promise you'll come back, Jack. I'll wait, but please be safe. He squeezed her hand, a silent vow etched in that fleeting touch, then stepped out into the valley's shadowed embrace, the file clutched like a sacred relic, his pulse a drumbeat of determination. In the valley's shadowed heart, near the ancient church's crumbling walls, the kidnappers paced with growing agitation, their makeshift camp a grim tableau of crates and tarps. Jack's mother, bound but unbowed, shifted uncomfortably against the rough ropes, her spirit a flickering flame amid the gloom. I'm starving. Can't you at least offer me some water to quench this thirst? She murmured, her voice weak yet laced with a defiance that refused to be extinguished. The leader, a hulking figure with a scarred face and eyes like cold steel, snarled, his patience fraying. Shut your mouth. Where's that brat of yours? He's testing our limits, and I'm done waiting." His henchmen exchanged uneasy glances, their weapons glinting in the weak light, as the tension thickened like a gathering storm. Meanwhile, back in the car, Jack's phone rang. Antoine's concerned voice breaking through the haze of uncertainty. "Jack, what's happening? Talk to me." Tu Tien, left to guard their sanctuary, snatched the phone with trembling hands, her words tumbling out in a frantic rush. "Antoine, Jack and his mom are in grave danger, somewhere in the valley near the church. Please hurry, they need help." The call ended abruptly as Jack disappeared into the fray, his mind a battlefield of fear, strategy, and an unyielding love that drove him forward. At the rendezvous, chaos erupted like a thunderclap, shattering the silence. The kidnappers, mid-search of their camp, froze as they realized Jack's mother had slipped her bonds with a cunning born of desperation, her frail form darting into the underbrush with a mother's instinct for survival. Jack arrived, his voice a roar of fury that reverberated off the valley walls. "Where's my mom? Show her to me now, or this ends in blood." The leader spun, his gun gleaming like a predator's fang, his sneer a mask of menace. "Give us the file or she's dead, wherever she's crawled off to." The air crackled with tension, a standoff teetering on a knife's edge, the distant wail of sirens a faint promise of salvation. Jack's eyes darted, catching a rustle in the bushes. His mother crouched low, signaling him with a desperate wave. He edged closer, the file a bargaining chip held aloft, when a shot rang out, the bullet grazing a tree trunk with a splintering crack. The kidnappers lunged, their movements a blur of aggression, but Jack dodged with the agility of a dancer, his heart pounding as he bought precious seconds. The police lights pierced the gloom, their arrival a cavalry charge, and Jack seized the moment, tackling the leader with a ferocity born of love, wresting the gun from his grasp as officers swarmed, subduing the henchmen with a symphony of clicks from handcuffs and shouts of command. The valley became a crucible of action. Jack's quick wits and the police's precise strike turning the tide. He tackled the leader, wresting the gun away as officers swarmed, subduing the kidnappers with a symphony of clicks from handcuffs. Amid the dust and shouts he found his mother, her arms trembling as he pulled her into a fierce embrace. "Mom, you're safe, I've got you," he whispered, tears mingling with relief. The police secured the scene, their leader nodding grimly. "Good work, Jack. We've got them." But as the adrenaline faded, a chilling realization struck. Tu Tien was gone. The car stood abandoned, its door ajar, the valley's silence now an eerie shroud. "Tu Tien, where are you?" he bellowed, his voice echoing off the church's ancient stones, met only by a hollow stillness that clawed at his soul. Antoine rushed to his side, his face etched with concern. "We'll find her. Let's search every shadow." They scoured the area, calling her name, but the valley offered no answers, its depths swallowing her trace. Jack's mind raced back to the chaos. Had she fled in panic, or had a new threat emerged? His mother, still weak, clutched his arm. "Find her, Jack, she's family too." He nodded, his heart a tempest of guilt and resolve, organizing the police into a wider search. Flashlights danced across the underbrush, voices calling into the night. But the silence grew oppressive, a predator's grin. Antone suggested a possibility. Could Mr. Thiet's men have taken her, a retaliation for this? The thought ignited a fire in Jack Thiet. Escaping justice might now target Tu Tien. They expanded the radius, finding her scarf snagged on a thorn, a crimson thread of hope and horror. She was here. Keep looking, Jack urged, his voice breaking. The police deployed drones, their hum a desperate hymn. But as dawn approached, the valley remained a vault of secrets. Tu Tien's fate a mystery that hung like a storm cloud. Hours blurred into a frantic haze, Jack and Antone coordinating with the police, their steps relentless. A faint rustle drew them to a hidden crevice, but it yielded only a broken phone. Hers, its screen shattered, a silent witness. Jack sank to his knees, the weight of loss crushing him. I failed her too, he murmured, his mother's hand on his shoulder a fragile comfort. Yet a new lead emerged. A villager reported seeing a black van speeding away, its plates obscured. Hope flickered anew. Thiet's men? The police launched a pursuit, leaving Jack torn between staying and chasing, his love for Tu Tien a beacon in the darkness. As the sun rose, casting long shadows, the valley held its breath. Jack's quest now a dual battle, to rescue his mother and reclaim Tu Tien from the abyss, a hero forged in the crucible of despair.
Several months before, I invited Phyllis to have lunch with me the next day, and we quickly established some common ground. We were about 10 years apart in age, but she had also been with her husband for about 50 years. She talked of how they met and what their life had been like. And I could tell by her stories and the warmth of her tone of voice that she, too, had a happy marriage. Then it was my turn, and all I could do was cry as I told the story of my own husband's battle with cancer and chronic pain. As unquote, I'm used to asking people what they have learned from their experiences, so it was natural for me